Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakah, Kadash. Double honors unto your apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. It's another video dealing with prophecy and news. Okay, this is from The Hill. This article is from The Hill, and the title reads, GOP lawmaker blasts Trump for quoting pastor, warning of civil war over impeachment. Alright, Republican Rep Adam Kinzinger on Sunday criticized President Trump for quoting a pastor saying impeachment could trigger a civil war-like fracture in the country. Alright, I have visited nations ravaged by civil war, Kinzinger tweeted. I have never imagined such a quote to be repeated by a president. This is beyond repugnant. Alright, and obviously Trump retweeting this is for the point of to show how important he is, to the nation known as America, which in the Bible is referred to as Babylon the Great. All right, the reincarnation of Babylon the Great, also Sodom and Egypt. And guess what? Sure enough, there is a good chance that civil war could break out if President Trump is impeached. Because remember, the sentiment or the mood, the feeling amongst the people of America for them to vote in someone like Donald Trump, who basically when he came out, he was speaking about legal immigrants, wanting to make America great again, bringing back in industry to America. He appealed to the masses, all right? Even though he really hasn't come through with most of the stuff he said. His appeal was, was a big one, all right? So this is something that, it's a possibility, dealing with all of the rhetoric that's gone out there and the mood of the people. It's a possible thing, all right? You could have so-called white people, Edomites, these crackers basically going out and lynching people off the strength of, him being impeached, all right? Causing uprisings and, just shooting random people and whatnot, all right? The rare rebuke from a Republican member of Congress came in response to Trump tweeting a quote from Pastor Robert Jeffries on Fox News. If the Democrats are successful in removing the president from office, which they will never be, it will cause a civil war-like fracture in this nation from which our country will never heal. All right, and that basically it's kind of like a throwback to the Civil War. I'm forgetting the name, man. Dealing with America, the North and the South, the Confederates, and I can't remember the name of the two armies, forgive me, but it's a throwback to the previous Civil War, all right? And it reads, House Democrats opened a formal impeachment inquiry last week after details of a phone call where Trump pressed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter. Jeffries, a Dallas-based pastor and known supporter of Trump, has a history of controversial and offensive comments. He has reportedly made derogatory remarks about Islam, calling it a religion that promotes pedophilia and a heresy from the pit of hell. He has also called Mormonism a cult that is not a true part of Christianity and said you can't be saved being a Jew. Alright? Then Senate. For the most part, everything he said is on point. But the funny thing is, he himself, he's a Christian, and that's not even in the scriptures, all right, in the Holy Bible. Then Senate candidate Mitt Romney denounced Jeffries after it was announced he would take part in the opening of the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem last year. Trump, who was railed against them, railed against Democrats for starting the impeachment inquiries, enjoys that may be rallied. I'm not too sure though. Enjoys a high approval rating among Republicans, according to the polls. Public support for the impeachment has shifted in the last weeks as details about the conversation with Zelensky have been made public. According to the several polls, the opinion is now roughly evenly split for and against Trump removal. The Hill has reached out to the White House for a comment on Trump's tweet. So yeah, so you got people split between the two. But you know, the story of the impeachment, when you really go into it, it kind of is. I mean, it's American politics at its Babylon politics at its finest. I mean, if he can, relay the point to the people, he's probably gonna have favor amongst the people. But whatever happens is it's in accordance with the ordinance of the Lord. All right. So I'm gonna keep it very simple with this. So the main point of the article, the main part of the article is that there's a potential for uproars of the people, right? This pastor is basically saying there's a great possibility that if Trump is impeached, there will be a breakout of civil war amongst the people. And Trump retweeted this to, push out that vibration and make it aware. Maybe even, as some people may take it, inciting that people riot the moment that he is impeached. And I believe you had something else as well on what was it? May have been on British TV, but I was dealing with it's actually dealing with trying to remember. See, someone else said it. It's dealing with Boris Johnson, but someone actually said it as well. Where it says Boris aide warns Britain risk of LA riot if referendum result reversed. So a lot of things. It's funny because these two are like peas in a pod, man. Donald Trump and Boris Johnson, they're one and the same, all right, and their stories coincide. They both run congruent, they're both the same, basically. So you got Trump about to be impeached, and you got Boris Johnson, more or less in the same kind of seat, man. They're trying to get rid of him, all right. So this is the point, man. With all this, the main point being, there's a great possibility for the forthcoming weeks, months. I really say a few days or weeks away from riots in the street, man. Alright, so this Matthew 24:4, and Yahweh answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahweh, and shall deceive many. Alright, and you shall hear of wars. And even that pastor, this Jeffries, he's coming in with a different form of salvation that's not written off in the scriptures, right? But it's the point. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So this ain't the end, all right? You see these things coming to pass, all right, where Trump is more or less inciting rioting if he's impeached, all right, and to destabilize society, as the American society as you know it, all right. And the same thing's happening over here in the UK, right? It's being said, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes, And imagine these things, the famines and pestilences that's knocking on the door, dealing with it, the Brexit for the UK. They're saying that medical supplies that come to and through, from and through the EU is about 7,000 forms of medications, which they haven't outlined which forms of medication they are, and there's going to be a delay on receiving them. So you're going to have a possible outbreak, a contagion, a pandemic, or a possible epidemic or pandemic due to lack of medication to stave any form of disease outbreak. And at the same time, you're going to have a great delay with food as well. So it's going to be, basically, it's going to be a cesspool, a hotbed for a lot of unrest, man. All right. So these things are coming. They're knocking on the door. So it says these rumors, and we've been hearing about rumors of wars for years now. All right. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. That's right, in many different places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Right. So this is just a start. Remember, we got key prophecies to play out, being an RFID chip, World War III, and the return of Yahweh Shai. All right. And those things that the roads leading to that is the outbreak of famine, pestilence, rumors of wars, and rising up of peoples and whatnot, riots. These are all things that are coming. All right. Yellow vest protests have been going on for nearly a year now. 40 odd weeks, 42, 43, 44, something to that effect. Weeks they've been protesting. So this ain't letting up, man. This is just building. It's snowballing into a greater form of unrest leading to the end. So with that, man, I pray you're edified. Shalom.